Sega has released more about Sonic Boom before the release than with any other game. Why is this? Find out on this episode of Sonic Talk. Hey guys, welcome to Sonic Talk. I am Sam, the owner of Shadow's channel, and today we're discussing just how far we've come with Sonic Boom. Now, we found out about Sonic Boom in fall 2013, and we already knew that it wasn't coming out until fall 2014. Fall 2014 seemed like a long way off, but now it feels like it wasn't a very long time at all. That's the way I feel anyway. I don't know about you guys. Anyway, so the first thing we got, I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but the first thing we got was just a little screenshot with silhouettes of the Sonic Boom cast. We already knew something was up with Knuckles, but that's pretty much all we knew that was different. We saw the little spikes on Sonic, and we saw Tails' goggles, but that's about it. There wasn't much different, and we really didn't know much about it except for it was a TV show that was supposed to be for audiences ages 6 through 11. It was to premiere on Cartoon Network in fall 2014. That's all we knew. Well, it wasn't really until 2014, later on, that we got the very first trailer, which showed us a lot, actually. It showed us what the new character designs for Sonic and Tails and Eggman were, exactly. It showed us the animation style. It showed us the voice actors, although we kind of already knew about that. It showed us the new character of Fernbot, who I think is going to be a main and reoccurring character from what we've seen on the comic book covers, etc. I don't think he'll be in the video games. He may or may not be. But I think he'll be a reoccurring character in the Sonic Boom television series TV show. So later after that, we got a game trailer, actually, at the same time we got the TV trailer, and that showed us Amy and Knuckles' design changes. It shows the new enemies that we were going to find in the game, and the new style of game that it was going to be. It wasn't going to be super fast-paced like the normal Sonic games. It was going to be more co-op. It's more about the adventure, more about the exploration, and less focus on the speed. This is okay, however, because now we get to see the story a little bit from the point of view of the other characters. We got to see this in the Sonic Adventure stages with more than one story, but most of the levels could only be played in single player. Sonic Boom is different. You get to see the sides of all the other characters, and no matter who you play as, you feel like you didn't miss out, even if you didn't get to play as Sonic. It's a lot of fun, and all the characters are equal, even though they had to slow down Sonic to make it equal. It's better this way, so that there's not so much fighting over Sonic is the best, I want Sonic. It makes it more of an even and well-rounded experience of the game. So the next thing we got were lots of screenshots. In this we got to see a lot more about the 3DS version of the game, which is more of a platformer. It appears to be like Sonic 4, but in 3D. And plus you get to use the new air beams, which is another thing I should discuss. And you get to play as the new character, Styx. But you don't get to play as Amy, however, because in the storyline she is captured and Styx is with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles to go save her. That's part of the story. Also, Sega announced that the two games were totally different. We realized that Styx was in Shattered Crystal, the 3DS version, and Amy was in Rise of Lyric, the Wii U version. Both of them look really awesome, but they have completely different storylines. Unlike games like Sonic Colors, where the storyline was different, but they had the same titles, which caused confusion among fans. Making the stories in two separate games means that you can put them in order, So you could put it Rise of Lyric TV show 3DS game, Rise of Lyric 3DS game TV show, or anything like that. Most likely Rise of Lyric will be first though, because I haven't really met Styx as far as I can tell yet. About the Enter Beams real quick. The Enter Beams are a completely new concept. They allow you to do a lot of things that you couldn't do in other Sonic games. In most Sonic games, if you wanted to activate a switch, it was a rare occasion, and you normally had to stand on it. With the Enter Beams, you can use them for things like swinging, grabbing switches, and fighting bosses. They'll pretty much be the all-around go-to tool for any situation that can't be solved with a kick, a punch, a jump, a slam, or a hammer swing, or flying. So, the Enter Beams will be really interesting because it's something we've never seen before in a Sonic game, or any other game for that matter. The next thing we saw were the E3 trailers. We got to see a lot more on the TV show, especially later when we got the behind-the-scenes trailers, which I'll tell you more about in a few minutes. In the E3 trailers, we got to hear more voice clips from the other characters, namely Knuckles and Amy. Actually, I don't think we heard much from Amy, but Knuckles. We got to see how the characters interact with each other. Speaking of that, Knuckles and Sonic have their old Sonic 3 type relationship now, where they're kind of rivals. They didn't really interact much in previous games, and when they did, Knuckles was kind of tough and independent, and Sonic was Sonic, but they didn't really have a rivalry or a close friendship. But now they have a rivalry a bit. Knuckles is the big tough guy who overpowers Sonic in strength, but not in speed, agility, or in brains. Sonic is a lot more intelligent than Knuckles. Sorry, Knuckles fans, but they kind of dumbed him down. But don't worry, the strength makes up for it, even if it doesn't look the best. But hey, it looks okay, it's just a lot different than we're used to. So one of the most recent things we got were the behind-the-scenes trailers, where we got to see a lot of the voice acting going on from Roger Craig Smith, Mike Pollock, and the rest of the crew. This was really cool because we got to see that they actually got to do ensemble-style recording, which means that they're all in the same room or online talking to each other like Skype, and they get to respond to each other. Dr. Eggman says something like, "There are two Knuckleses in this universe?" And Sonic says something like, "Yeah, that's because this is alternate dimension Knuckles and alternate dimension Eggman, Zap, alternate dimension Knuckles." I don't remember it exactly. But they were recording in the same room, so they got to respond to each other's quotes. However, in previous games especially, they're just kind of reading lines. You know, Sonic and Eggman never really talked. It's just Sonic said, "So, you know, Eggman said, 'Give me the Chaos Emeralds,' and Sonic says, 'Or else what, you big loser?' And Dr. Eggman says, 'Or else I'll have to take it from you by force.'" But they never actually talked to each other in real life. It makes it go a lot smoother, which is why I think the voice acting in the TV show is going to be incredible. Evil M. I just had to add that in there. That was hilarious. It cracked me up the first time I saw it. If you haven't seen it, watch the TV show E3 trailer for Sonic Boom. It's hilarious. You've got to see it. One more thing I want to discuss is the Extreme Gear. I don't know if it's called that now, but it's back. It's so awesome. We saw Tails riding Extreme Gear in the E3 trailer for Sonic Boom's TV show. Another thing you should watch, like I said, with the E1. Also, we saw a storyboard with Sonic and Tails racing their Extreme Gear. I think that's probably a clip from that episode, honestly. I'm not sure if it's a one-episode deal or if it's going to be reoccurring like the Enter Beam. Is it going to be in Rise of Lyric or Shadow Crystal? That'd be really cool, you know, with the skateboard power-up from Sonic Generations, snowboard from Sonic Generations. I don't know. It would be super awesome if they had the Extreme Gear back. Or what if they made something like Sonic Boom Riders? That would be pretty awesome, I've got to say. What do you guys think of that? If you think that's cool, leave it in the comments. I want to know what you think about that. I'm serious. As soon as this video is over, don't forget, leave it in the comments. Alright, And the most recent thing we got on Sonic Boom is the cover arts. We got to see what the actual covers are gonna look like for the Wii U and 3DS versions of Sonic Boom. It's really awesome. I think they look great. I think the graphics may have looked bad in the early trailers, but the Wii uses 1080p and they're using CryEngine 3D. Look that up. It's an intense program. They modified it for co-op. It's gonna be a great game, guys. Even if you don't like the character design changes, that's okay because the gameplay is gonna be great. And if you don't even like the gameplay, well, it's okay also because they're still making Sonic the Hedgehog. Like movies, they're making the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Check out my episode on that. You can check out the episode on that right now by clicking the link right here. Also, you can click the link right here to see the E3 trailer of Sonic Boom, the TV show, or you can click that big red button, get it? Big red button is making Sonic Boom, to subscribe to Shadow's channel and get news updates like this all the time. For those of you who are already subscribed and wondering why I haven't posted in a while, I'm still working on it. I'm working on kind of a project, but don't worry, lots of awesome stuff is coming your way, just like I said, and I'll see you guys next time.